So what you're looking at right here is a beautiful life lesson. And it's also voles eating carrots. This is what it looks like when voles eat carrots. I'm Zach Buckle. I own Farm Table West, which is this 1/3 acre vegetable farm here in Cody, Wyoming. And around August 5th or August 10th, I thought this bed of carrots was going to be one of the best beds of carrots we've ever grown, because I've grown a lot of carrots on the farm over the past 4 years, and by the time August 10th rolled around, I noticed that this bed and every other bed we planted for winter had the best germination I've ever seen. And after you've grown thousands of pounds of carrots, you know that the germination is the number one factor in how well they produce in terms of amount of food. Just to give you some perspective, each one of these beds, we planted 6 of them August 5th. Each one of these beds, with the germination that I saw August 15th, should have yielded 200 pounds of carrots per bed. And so we used fresh seed, which increases yields. We planted August 5th, which in my experience is the best time to plant winter carrots. We watered them for 30 minutes a day for 10 days straight, which in my experience gives the best germination, and everything went perfectly. And we planted 6 of these beds in these 2 caterpillar tunnels. So I was very excited, because that means about $4,800 in winter revenue for my business, which is a lot of money in December, January, February. But then around October, I started noticing these fun little holes all over the place in this greenhouse. And I don't know if you could see in this shot, but there's one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. And discovered that they're vole holes. And voles like to eat carrots. So as soon as I saw that, I started stressing a little bit, because I was depending on these carrots quite a bit. And basically I had no choice but to let go of the situation, because I had already done everything that was within my control to grow the best crop of carrots possible. And up to now, I've never seen vole holes on the farm. And I think the reason they're starting to like this is because they figured out that this is a lot warmer than outside, first of all. But we've got this black weed fabric on the perimeters, and they love that stuff. They love to live underneath that black weed fabric. And ever since I've put that down, which was this year, I've seen vole evidence all over the place. And the permanent solution is burying plastic, rigid plastic all over the perimeter of everything I'm growing, but that's just not going to happen in the near future. That's a lot of work. That means digging 2 feet deep hole everywhere, putting stuff down. It's not going to happen right now. So the best thing I could do is these little mouse traps, and putting them all around the holes, and hopefully catching some blind moles or voles as they come in and out of their holes, which we've caught a couple that way, and it seems to kind of be slowing them down. But these kinds of situations can be tough to deal with if you've never gone through them before, or you don't have anybody to talk to about them. Which leads me into the sponsor of today's video. So I want to give a big thanks to BetterHelp for sponsoring today's video. The new year is a blank slate for you to write a new story, and BetterHelp makes it easier to make that happen. All you have to do is fill out a questionnaire, and you'll be matched with a therapist in as little as a couple days. BetterHelp is fully online, which makes therapy comfortable and convenient. You can connect with a therapist within their network of over 30,000 professionals with a wide range of specialties. You can easily switch therapists anytime at no extra cost if they're not the right fit. And they make sure your therapist is well qualified and their customer support is there at any time if you need help. With over 7,000 reviews and a 4.5 rating on Trustpilot, BetterHelp is a platform you can trust. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/farmtablewest to get 10% off your first month of therapy. So the reality is, stuff like this happens all the time. Whether you're growing food, running a business, or just living life, stuff that's outside of your control happens. And in this situation, my frustration with the carrots being eaten by voles changed nothing. It happened. And there's nothing I can really do at this point to control the situation. We still have 2.5 beds like this in these greenhouses that I would like to keep in the ground for about another 5 to 6 weeks. And I know that these little guys are going to be nibbling at them that entire time. And I have no idea what the yield's going to be. And even though I know that this is some of the best carrots we've ever grown, I have no idea what's going to happen. And so at this point, I've completely let go of the situation. And the more and more I go through these kinds of things on the farm, the more I realize that I only need to focus on what I can control in life, not just the farm. I can't control how many views my video gets or how many likes my photo gets or how many people buy my product or buy my vegetables. All I can do is create the environment that increases the odds of those things happening as much as possible, which ultimately means improving myself. And the more that I shift my mindset from frustration into focusing on making myself better and improving myself, the more I can go about life at peace and not stress. And I'm still very much a work in progress with this. I still don't say, thank you, God, for this beautiful lesson when these things happen. But I'm getting better. I'm working on it. And this conversation we're having right now is as much a reminder for myself in the future as it is for you, hopefully getting some value from it. Because I'm going to forget this again. There's going to be situations again where I'm going to get frustrated and I'm going to forget that ultimately all I can do is my best. And I found this to be such a powerful way to shift my frame in all parts of life too. Whether I'm starting a new business venture or something, I have this attitude of I'm going to try my best and see what happens and let go of the outcome. And it's very difficult to do that when you're new at doing anything like this. But it's a really powerful way to live your life because you can't control most things outside of your sphere of influence and really outside of yourself. So if you are interested in growing food, I think this is a really powerful lesson because you're probably going to come across stuff like this when you grow food. But even if you don't grow food, life's going to throw you curveballs. And ultimately, life is gambling just like farming is gambling, right? You can't guarantee anything in life. All you can do is improve yourself to increase the odds of success as much as possible. So for me, what I'm going to do in this situation is we're doing our absolute best to control the situation by putting these mouse traps around, and I think it's slowing them down. To be honest, the damage has not been nearly as bad as I expected, but there's a huge pile of dirt here. I mean, they are just moving earth like a bulldozer in here. It's funny. And honestly, if it wasn't for the amount of money this could cost me, I would find this fascinating. And I do actually find it fascinating. It's kind of fun to see these little holes pop up everywhere. But the bottom line is, at this point, it's out of my control. And what we'll do from now on is I will continue to search for solutions on voles. If any of you watching have a solution for voles, please leave it in the comments. I'm sure the whole world would like to know. I've heard about 10 different solutions, and I'm going to try a couple more of them. I've heard putting castor oil in the holes. These mousetrap things is kind of working. I could bury plastic all around the perimeter, but I'm really not excited about that one. That's a lot of work. So I'm just going to try my best and keep growing, because I can't stop growing at this point. And hopefully the situation doesn't get a whole lot worse, because carrots are a big part of our business. But again, it's out of my control now, so it is what it is. It's just one of the fun things we get to navigate the next couple years. And so we're going to do our best to control the situation and just keep moving forward and let go of the outcome now. So I hope you found that valuable. If you did, please leave a comment down below and let me know what you're thinking. I'd love to start a conversation around this. And if you are interested in growing your own food at home, I have a full seed to harvest garden course at the link in the description that will hopefully help you improve yourself to be as successful as possible growing food in your backyard. And in my experience, education has increased my odds of success growing food in this short of a time span, because we've only started this farm around 2021 and it's 2025 now, and we've hit over 86,000 or 85,000 in sales in 2024 on 1/3 of an acre. And that is all because of the education I got from a farm course that I took a few years ago. So I hope that you're interested in growing food, and if you are, check out that garden course at the link in the description, and I will see you in the next video.